What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is that? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting wardrobe? Y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse. And y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date? You giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see you. Get me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have some blue thong or blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. Cause I this is where I am, y'all. This is where I am. This is where I am. I don't know what you people want from me. Jesus God. I just don't know. I just do not know from day to day how I'm going to make it, because this place is just Jesus God. This place. Let me go ahead and let me just go ahead and eat me, a piece of high chew now, so I can get myself prepared to make it through. God of mercy, God of love, rain on us from heaven above. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, oh, Lord. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am Run Your Mouth. I'm LTeddy27, and I am here to give you all of the news that you need to know, shit that happened while you were at work, like I was. I literally had like 20 minutes to put the dossier together. That's why I was a little bit late today. I'm sorry. We did Teacher Project 2.0. I had no parts of the dossier done, and I had to scramble and put it all together. But we got it. We made it happen. We're here. I be working hard over here. We working overtime today, okay? We are out here working overtime for the people. So, um, nevertheless, we're here. Okay. Let me say hey to y'all while I suck down on this high chew that's in my mouth. And then we'll go ahead and get this party started. Oh, what a day. What a day. I set the live up late, so y'all go ahead, hit the like button, share the video out, all of that stuff, because I know YouTube ain't doing us no favors today because we I set it up real late. So please, sir, please, ma'am, please, sir, please, ma'am. Uh, uh, um, Lord, I'm trying to do 3 things at one time, y'all. Hold on. Hold your line. All right. Hey, DPG, you are first. DPG, how are you, my love? Hey, Lock Queen, what's going on? Say, Vaughn, how are you? Tracy W, how you doing, boom? Hey, Tanya McNeil, I feel like I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been doing? It's good to see you. Crazy homebody girl, you all right today, boom? They ain't working you too hard over there, are they? I'm just asking. Hey, Brown Mama. How are you? My sweetie pie Janae is here. Hey, Janae. Well, let me not call you sweetie pie too hard. I don't need no smoke from my boy Terrence, okay? No, Terrence, I have not flirted with Janae. I don't go down that way. Lord, I ain't with all that straight shit. You know how when the straight boys get mad, they be like, I ain't with that gay shit. I ain't with that straight shit. They be quick to say it too. I ain't with that gay shit. I ain't with that straight shit. You do not have to worry about me. That's my sweetie pie. Girl. Hey, Ravine. Hey, tacos and tequila. How you doing today? Girl. Angela. Rashay. You all right today? I'm glad you made it to class. You love missing my class. It might be time for Larry already. We got a lot in the sugar spike segment today. A lot. I'm just saying. We got a lot going on. Hey, Symmetry. Hey, Chef Don, coming all the way over from the ghetto. Talking about the ghetto. The ghetto. We're glad to see you. Well, thank you, Ravine. Hey, Felicia, what's going on, beautiful? We glad to have you. Well, thank you, Brown Mama. Y'all see, I'm over here working double duty, honey. I have not gotten up from this chair since Teacher Project 2.0. Been over here working on a dossier. Ciao. Where else? Who else we got up in here? Listen, it has been a long week. Like the song says, everybody's working for the weekend. Hey, Tamara. Child, my bestie calls things so heterosexual, child. Right. Hey, Terrence. Child, okay. Long as you know. I with that straight shit. Yeah, the 7:30 dinner appointment came home and did yard work and dumped at the landfill. You child, you tired. Go ahead and have you a good glass of lemonade and enjoy the show. Okay. Hey, E Starkey, what's going on, sweetheart? Hey, Tracy C. Y'all go ahead and put a shondo in the chat if you're ready to go ahead and get this party started. Because we got a lot to talk about, y'all. We have a lot to break down and a lot to talk about, okay? So go ahead, please, sir. Please, ma'am, and non-binary gender conforming members, just put a shondo in the chat. While you're putting the shondo in the chat, make sure that you done hit the damn like button, okay? And you done shared the video out. Have you shared the video out? Did you hit the like button? Girl. He's stuck with you, Janae. Well, you heard her, Terrence. You heard her. Yeah, I want to know when Chef Don Don was all worked up. Hold on. Before we get this party started, Chef Don Don, this link is for Chef Don Don because I need him to come up here because I was at work in a work meeting and I was rolling through YouTube because I was just like trying to get my mind over what they were talking about at work. And then all of a sudden I see this post from Chef Don Don going off on the people, cussing people out on post. And I said, well, what had happened? Talk about you don't come over to my motherfucking platform. Don't be looking for me. I don't only talk about I talk about this. Don't come over here with your fuck shit. If you don't like it, you gonna. I was like, oh girl, oh. I didn't know what was happening. I said, oh girl. I didn't know who he was talking to. I didn't know what he was talking about. I was so like, oh my God. Now Chef Don Don don't want to hit the lake. Child. I didn't know what was happening. I just want the tea. Oh, there you go. There is you ready? Hey, Chef Don Don. Now, who got your panties in a bunch today? What had happened?
Well, um, recently the Bishop Matthews and J Rock stuff had came back up, and
Uh-huh.
they said that I put some allegations out about the person who supposedly had an interview with him, but it didn't happen.
Is
And
that the
so,
who was the lady that lady?
Anthony, and so,
I
um,
don't even know who that is, but I'm gonna let you go with it. Okay. I don't be doing that easy.
well, anyway, his people was coming over talking about that he was gonna sue me and all this other kind of stuff, and I'm like, girl, sue me for what? Because I asked questions and because I call you boots on the ground and sweater dress. It's okay.
I've been hearing you calling somebody boots on the ground, and I just be listening to the commentary, enjoying it. I don't be knowing who boots on the ground is. I'll be like, child, okay, boo. I didn't know if it was the real boots on the ground man or if it was some other person I ain't know
And I
about.
no, it ain't
I
the
said,
real.
girl, I'm just gonna sit up here and enjoy the commentary and not ask no questions because I didn't know what was going on. And we was ready to, the pupils, we be ready to ride at dawn if we need to and start
Listen,
windmilling.
no, I was just getting irritated because everybody was saying, and they said that I had sent some tea on the boy to Thais, and I'm like, I ain't send no tea on nobody. I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm good. It's no need to do that. So that's what it was. And
What
so
is
I
it, like
just,
a YouTuber or somebody?
huh?
Is it a YouTuber or somebody?
Yeah, he a YouTuber.
Oh,
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that everybody has stopped talking about the Bishop Matthews J Rock situation. And then it just came out of nowhere, an exclusive interview with J Rock that didn't happen. And so since the people said they was gonna sue me, I was just telling them this morning, sue me for whatever you feel like, boo. I mean,
Oh.
Whatever.
I
It
put
won't be the
this question in
first.
the members only chat. This J Rock person is purporting themselves to be a porn skank. And I'm like, nobody's ever heard of you. Like, we ain't never seen not one video, not one post, not nothing. And I'm like, how you calling yourself this porn? Because he used the word star. And they be throwing this star word around real
Oh yeah,
loosely.
they
And
do.
I
They
be
really do.
like, ain't nobody even heard of you, sir. And
Well,
Bishop Matthews, if you're gonna pay for a porn skank, at least pay for one that's worth the paying. We don't even know this man. Ain't nobody even seen the goods. I don't know. These people have
the
delusions
people
of
say they
grandeur.
have seen it.
Oh, they have.
I am not gung ho about them sending it to me because when I already don't really like feel you like that, I don't want to see that. I don't see it. I'm just
Listen,
saying.
you know, I got enough people between myself and the other girls in the chat. We know most of the people. You know what I'm saying? If it was somebody in the industry, if I don't know, Xavier definitely gonna know him. And if Xavier be like, I don't know who this is, that means you ain't nobody. That means ain't nobody told you.
We
Ain't
don't know
nobody
who
seen
he
you
is, and
nowhere.
he ain't round there on Twitter like that.
You ain't on Twitter. You ain't on the OnlyFans. You ain't on the Just for Fans. You ain't on no fans. Girl, who
Tracy, I
are
ain't in
you?
no church beef sector. I am not. Anthony is not even in the church sector. Like,
I
so
don't
it's
even
no
know who
church beef
Anthony is.
sector.
That's his YouTube name, Anthony.
His YouTube name is Anthony Lofties.
Oh, I don't know who that is, honey. I ain't never even heard of that name, child. Oh, child.
Well, a lot of people hadn't heard of his name until, you know, this Bishop Matthews thing came along. And I'm like, how y'all gonna come over here talking to me crazy? Like, I ain't been covering the story. Like, I've been talking about it since it happened.
Mm.
Anyway, go ahead and finish your show.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
try to get
Bishop
off of this
Matthews, you
ghetto
would have did
thing.
better getting on Jack or Sniffies and finding you a skank off of there. It's plenty of big
Well, that's
meat.
where he found them at.
Oh, he found them off of Sniffies
He found them on Jacked,
on
allegedly.
Jacked.
hmm
Oh, and paid for it. Oh, girl.
And to be very clear, his rate is 250.
Wait,
The bishop
but he changed that rate every time he come on live.
But the bishop poo pooed on his ping ping,
How we
and
know
then
that's true? You know,
and, and
everybody
then
be
he
done
charged
shitted on
him,
you. When you get mad, everybody done shitted on you.
and he charged him $1,200 because he poo pooed on his
Child,
ping ping.
he lying. He lying. I don't believe this. I don't believe him. Everybody, when you mad at somebody, everybody be done shitted on you, and they may not have never shitted on you because you kept going back. Mm.
Right, he was gonna go back. He definitely was gonna go back. He definitely was going back. Listen, you only got one time with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For those of you want to know, Chef Don Don say he topping the kids out here, and you got one time to shit on his peen, and he's not going back. He's throwing weight around, okay? He's over here doing the bending. He is dipping spoons in the sugar bowls if you need him. Just wanted to clarify he's about the business of dipping spoons into sugar
Listen,
bowls.
don't ever try it. Please don't.
I ain't mad. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Those of us over here with 4 for 4, we just do the best we can with our 3.5 inches,
Oh,
okay?
it don't take
Shout out
much.
to 4 for 4.
Yeah, shout out to 444. And I'm going back down to the chat so I can finish
Thank you, my
producing my
love.
show for later.
Thank you, my love, for coming down and explaining to me because I didn't know who these people were. I didn't know if we was gonna have to. You see the people in the chat say they was ready to put on their Timbs and get their Vaseline ready.
Listen, it wasn't even necessary. These people talking about. I just say if he feel like he need to sue me, go ahead.
Um,
Whatever.
I don't know who this Anthony person is. Keep it cute, honey. You don't want to come over here with that foolishness, baby. This ain't the place you want to roll up on. We're out all of that life, honey. Keep it cute. Keep it over there where you at, boo. Thank you, doll. All right. Thank you, Chef Don
All
Don, for
right, I'll
clearing
be in
that
the
up.
chat.
Thank you, love. Thank you, love.
Now, how the hell I get off of here?
I got you. I got you.
It's
It ain't the ghetto, nothing. Shut up. Bye. All right, y'all. That was Chef Don. I just needed some clarity and clarification on stuff. I see some of y'all came through. Hey, Demetria. Hey, Ocean Dreaming. Child, Ocean Dreaming. We finna get right to it. Don't stay right there. We finna talk about it. Child. Hey, Xavier. Child. Xavier, I don't even know who this Aunt Nee person is. Y'all put the link in the members only chat so I can see who y'all talking about. Cause I don't know who this person is. I'm just saying. Everybody paying once you mad. He is no, he paying for cheap peen, apparently. No, I don't even know who Anthony is, but I don't know if they're topping or not. I'm just saying. Child. No, we love 4 for 4. Child. Anyway, y'all, with that, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, it is that time. I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment. No, that's not it, El Teddy. Here is Larry for real, the late, great Larry Myers, to help us usher in the real Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus, thank you, Larry. So we start off our Sugar Spike segment today with the MAGA Armageddon part 2. Now, the first MAGA Armageddon that we had was when the bromance ended and you had Elon versus Trump, and we went through all of the little tweets and shit, and they was in there windmilling, bitches was in there dog walking and monkey stomping each other. Well, baby, listen, MAGA world is in an uproar because of this whole Jeffrey Epstein situation. MAGA world is in a whole ass uproar. Do you hear me? Let me read this to you. Donald Trump has lashed out against his own supporters, calling them gullible weaklings for questioning the transparency of a secretive government inquiry into the late high-profile socialite and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The U.S. president is struggling to contain a political crisis within his usually loyal Make America Great Again base over suspicion that the administration is hiding details of Epstein's crimes to protect the rich elite Epstein associated with, which included Donald John. In a lengthy post on his Truth Media website, on social media website, Truth Social, Donald John accused his voters on Wednesday, that be today, of falling for what he called a quote radical left end of quote hoax by the opposition to discredit him. In his post, he said, quote, their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. End of quote. He wasn't done. In that same post, he said, quote, let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. End of quote. Who you mad at? Listen, we're just over here. How the Democrats get in this? We over here watching y'all over here windmill. We're over here watching the carnage. We over here on the sidelines like this. Do I have a? I know I got something for that. Hold on. I know I got something for that. Let me look. Hold on. I got something for this. Let me see if I got a gift for this. Hold on. I know I got something. Maybe that'll go. That'll work right there. That'll work right there. This is where we are with it. Baby, we got nothing to do with it. We sit on the sidelines like, what? What? What do you want from us? What do you want from us? We ain't got nothing to do with it. Leave us the hell out of it. Leave us alone. Let me continue. One of the most dramatic theories circulating among Trump supporters is that Epstein, who killed himself in 2019 while in federal custody, was murdered by powerful figures to cover up their roles in his sex crimes against children. Republican voters and politicians have pressed Trump to publicly release documents related to the case, which have become known as the Epstein files. Multiple users on Truth Social responded to Trump's post calling for him to release more information. For the first time in his social media posting, he has now been ratioed. Now, for those of you not familiar with the term ratioed, that means that he had more people, instead of, he had more people responding to his post than retweeting his post. That's what they call that. When people just retweet your post, that means they agree with it and so forth. And normally for him and his MAGA nuts, is he could say the sky is blue and they retweet it 800 billion times. But this time when he posted this long post about Epstein, the MAGA world was not having it. And there were more responses than there were reposts. They're not here for it. One of the posters said, quote, you're losing your most loyal followers and voices, Mr. President. Why are you protecting pedophiles? End of quote. That was what one of the posts said underneath it. Now, his tirade that he had on Truth Social was an angry departure from his previous attempts to placate his backers. Yesterday, he attempted to divert attention by describing the inquiry as boring, but said he backed the release of any credible files without specifying what those were. In his post last night, he said, quote, I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that is credible, I would say let them have it. End of quote. Now he backpedaling and pussy popping because the people said, well, we want to see it. And he know his name is all over it. Now, mind you, during the campaign, he talked over and over and over about how he was going to release this. Hey, Shay, what's going on, boo? About how he was going to release it. And the people are waiting. They are waiting. Hey, Paul. And we are sitting over here like, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing. I am loving the fact that MAGA world is losing their goddamn minds. I am. Now, you got people trying to contort. I wish I had downloaded the video. I started to download the video. If you give me a second, I might be able to I might be able to find the video. If y'all give me a sec, I'm sure I can find the video with Bill O'Reilly where he's contorting himself, trying so hard to defend Donald John, and was proven to be wrong. Oh, here it is right here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Because you got to see the way and manner in which these people go out of their way to try to do everything. Hold on, y'all. This will take me just because you need to see this. You need to see what these people will do. Okay, let me download this video from Twitter. Uh-huh. Wait, what happened? Okay, here it is. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, there it is. All right, downloading this video. I want y'all to see this video. Hold on. Because y'all got to see the way these people go out. That's not what I downloaded, is it? No, that's not what I done. Oh, dear God. What just happened here? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love. Ooh. And trust and honesty too must be the golden rule. Ow. All right. Let's see if we can find the video now. All right, there go the video. All right, video downloaded. Let's upload it to the platform. Because I need y'all to see how these people go out of their way to support their God King. Okay, to support their God King.
The Biden.
Hold on, let me make this big. Hold on, because I need y'all to really see this. Okay, I really want y'all to see this foolishness. I really want y'all to see this. Okay, so here you have Bill O'Reilly on News Nation trying to do everything in his power to support his God King, even when you tell him, wait, and let me let y'all see my face. Even when you tell him you're wrong, they're still they do everything in their power to find a way to make their God King make sense. Here's the video.
The Biden administration had exactly the same thing the Trump administration has on Epstein. Exactly. Right. Because Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration. Not one time did Hakeem Jeffrey call for any exposition of what the Biden Justice Department knew. Not once. So this guy's a top phony. Okay, he's a political player. He doesn't care about the truth.
Wait,
he doesn't care about the people.
Hold on, Bill.
This is what
hold on.
he
I
does.
just got. Hold on, Bill. Hold on. You said Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration. Epstein committed suicide during the Trump administration.
Yeah, so the Biden administration had exactly the same thing the Trump administration has.
Wait,
on
that's
Epstein.
not the whole video. Oh,
Exactly.
that's the wrong video.
Right.
Hold on. That's not the whole video. Hold on. I got this, y'all. I got this. Give me a moment. Hold your line. Because I need y'all to see the whole interaction. It's not going to make sense if you don't get the whole interaction. Because this stuff is amazing. This stuff is amazing. It's amazing how these people contort. Hold on. It only going to take me, once I find the right video, it's only going to take me a second or two. Come on now. Where did you go? Where did you go? Come on. My people are waiting. We're not just going to keep my people waiting like this. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, there we go. Oh no, y'all don't want to see that. That's something else. I can't go too far on my Twitter, because when I go too far on my Twitter, other things come up that I know y'all don't want to see. Praise God. We ain't gonna do y'all like that, honey. All right. That's funny. All right. Hopefully this is the right one, y'all. Hopefully this is the right one, y'all. I hope. Let me see something. I'm gonna have to test it out myself and make sure this is the right one. Cause hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold your line. Yeah, I think that's the right video. Otherwise, I'm gonna just play it on I'll play it from the website there. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I'm gonna play it from the video from the website. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We gonna I got this, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all know to bear with me, y'all. I try to bring y'all the good stuff. So bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. All right. All right. There we go. So let's see here. Come on now. Because I need y'all to see this. All right. There it is. There it is. Because this is important to my whole point here. Okay. All right. Let me move this over here. Let me let y'all see this over here. Hold on. So here's the video, okay? Oh, y'all not going to be able to hear it if I do it that way. Hold on. Let me put this over here. Okay. All right, because if I do it that way, y'all not going to be able to hear it. Hold on. Do that. Let's share the video with the audio. There we go. All right. Here's the video. The lengthy video. The full version. Now, I want y'all to see. I'm sorry I went the long way around on this. But I really want y'all to see how, hey, Catherine Powell, how these people contort themselves to try to protect their God King. Here's the video.
How is he convicted? How do you convict a guy who's dead?
Was convicted in I believe, okay, under Merrick Garland's Justice Department. That could be. Am I wrong on that? I don't think so. And then he was incarcerated, and then he committed suicide. Okay, the suicide thing is bull. Whether you
Bill, I think this is important. Bill, I think this is important. He was arrested in 2019, and he committed suicide in 2019. He died August 10th of 2019. So the Biden administration was not involved in a conviction or a trial of him. They were of his madam, of Ghislaine Maxwell.
Okay. And that's a good point of clarification. But he was arrested and indicted under Merrick Garland.
No, under Trump.
Who had all of the information.
Epstein was arrested, indicted, and committed suicide under Trump in 2019. Trump was president. Merrick Garland was not the attorney general.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about? Do you literally see Hey, Universal Goddess, you literally see how these people have go all the way out of their way. Hey, Sweet Pea, refusing to. He is. They are hell bent on any and everything being Biden or Obama. Just hell bent on it. The man was like, "Oh, well, this happened under Biden." No, bitch. It was 2019. Biden was not president. Neither was Obama. So how you go? I don't even think it has anything to do with him being senile, Xavier. I think it has everything to do with them doing everything in their power to contort themselves in a manner in which they cannot bring themselves to dare blame their God King. And now, exactly, revisionist history. And now, because here's the deal, Bill O'Reilly, MAGA world has not forgotten. Now, remember President Donald John ran on releasing the Epstein files and things? I'm glad they're showing this video because what that means is this man was convicted. This man was indicted, convicted, sentenced, committed suicide, all under the Trump administration, well before the 2020 election, and they never released the files. Then you had the Trump campaign saying, "Oh yes, we're going to release the Epstein files." Them and stupid MAGA nuts fell for it, forgetting they could have released that shit during your first administration, and you didn't. You want to know why? Because you knew that your name was all over it, and I guess you thought that MAGA world was going to let you forget about this. I guess you thought that MAGA world was just going to let this go. Like they let everything go. And somehow MAGA world has gotten a whole hard on about the Epstein files. And now you are at the point where you might be forced to release it. They released this video because people were asking about what happened to Epstein and whether or not he was killed, as opposed to whether or not he was committed suicide. And they released the video from the prison cell where he was, and said the Justice Department releases video of the prison where he was, saying, "Here's the video. You see, nothing happened to him." And then when they did a forensic autopsy on the video, 3 minutes of the video is missing. Three whole ass minutes. A lot the fuck can be done in 3 minutes. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not a part of MAGA world. All I'm doing is sitting over here enjoying the carnage. Okay, that's all we're doing over here. We're enjoying it. We're having a good time enjoying the carnage. Okay, I hope MAGA world self implodes, blow this whole shit up. We're gonna be sitting over here having a good time. Because remember, they were saying, "Oh, Bill Clinton and George Soros and a whole bunch of Democrats are on that. We're going to release the files." And now there's none of that energy. I don't think they're going to release the files either. However, let's see what comes out of it. Now they said Donald John went and called all of the right-wing commentators, Charlie Kirk and Laura Loomer, and told all of them to get up off of this. And Charlie Kirk went right up on his show yesterday and said, "Oh, we won't be talking about the Epstein files anymore." Really? Y'all some weak ass, punk ass motherfuckers. I swear to God, the way these people go hashtag Bohica for this man over and over and over again. Hashtag Bohica. That's what they do every time for this young man. They go hashtag Bohica. I don't understand these people. I never will understand these people. But who am I? Who the hell am I? I'm going to just sit back and watch and see how far this goes. Now, you saw that they put on the House floor, they put on the a Senate committee voted and voted down releasing the Epstein files, and then it came on the House floor, and the House Republicans voted down releasing the Epstein files. Let's see how far that gets them. We'll be watching. Sir, go to hell. In more news, now let's get to my top story of the day. So, my top story of the day is the fact that while you people were up in arms saying nothing to see here, this is just the Latinx community, this isn't our fight, we ain't got nothing to do with it, let them deport the Latinx people, forgetting that Hispanic and Latinx people are not the only immigrants to this country. Here we are. Let me read this to you. The United States sent 5 immigrants, it says, were convicted of serious crimes to the African nation of Eswatini. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security said, quote, an expansion of the Trump administration's largely secretive third country deportation program has begun. Meaning they are deporting people to a third country, meaning you immigrated here from one country, the United States becomes the second country that you immigrate to, and now they're deporting you to some random ass third country. Now, here's what you need to pay attention to. Let me read the rest of the article. The United States has already deported 8 men to another African country, South Sudan, which is in the middle of a civil war, after the Supreme Court lifted restrictions on sending people to countries where they have no ties. The South Sudanese government has declined to say where those men, also described as violent criminals, are after it took custody of them nearly 2 weeks ago. In a late night post on X last night, Homeland Security Assistant Secretary, the bitch extraordinaire, Trisha McLaughlin, said 5 men, citizens of Vietnam, Jamaica, Cuba, Yemen, and Laos, had been deported to Eswatini. She said they were all convicted criminals and, quote, individuals so uniquely barbaric that their home countries refused to take them back, end of quote. She also said that the men have been terrorizing American communities, but were now, quote, off American soil, end of quote. She said they have been convicted of crimes including murder and child rape, and one was a confirmed gang member. Her social media posts included mugshots of the men and what she said were their criminal records and sentences. They were not named. The Eswatini government said Wednesday the men, which it referred to as prisoners and inmates, were being held in isolated units in unnamed correctional facilities in Eswatini, but were considered to be in transit and would ultimately be sent back to their home countries. In a series of posts on X, the Eswatini government said it would collaborate with the United States and the UN Migration Agency to facilitate their return home and ensure, quote, due process and respect for human rights is followed, end of quote, as part of their repatriation program. The government gave no time frame for that to happen. 4 of the 5 countries where the men are from have historically been resistant to taking back some citizens when they are deported from the United States. That issue has been a recurring problem for Homeland Security even before the Trump administration. Some countries refuse to take back any of their citizens, while others won't accept people who have committed crimes in the United States. You want to know what the one country out of the 5 is? Out of the 5 countries, remember they said 4 out of the 5 countries refuse to take people back. You want to know what the one that will take people back, but they didn't give a shit. They just shipped them somewhere else. Jamaica. Yep. Now, here's the deal. Jamaica has no problem. If the United States says we're sending them back, we read a story a week ago with the Jamaica Minister of Foreign Affairs. We read that story, I think, a week or 2 ago, where she said we're prepared to receive these people back from the United States. The United States is deporting them. We're prepared to receive them back. The Department of Homeland Security doesn't give a damn. Now, all of this about them being violent criminals, I don't believe any parts of that. They gave mugshots. Show me the paperwork where they have been convicted of violent crimes. They're showing mugshots, not showing you convictions. And we've learned that what happens is they will show you, oh, this person was wrongfully arrested for a traffic violation and happens to have a mugshot. Now you're shipping them away. Where are the violent crimes? Show me the goddamn convictions, Trisha McLaughlin. Nobody believes your word. We're not taking the word of the Department of Homeland Security because you've already proven to us that you will deport people and find reasons after you've deported them to say why you're deporting them. Now, I'm highlighting this story because the person that is from Jamaica that they deported could have easily been deported back to Jamaica. They didn't give a damn. Going on over there to Africa. Let them figure it out. And I'm telling you, they could easily have just sent him back to Jamaica. Nope. They wanted to do this anyway. And if you think they're going to stop with this one person, the floodgates are open. The Supreme Court have given them license to do it. And they're going to start deporting Jamaicans, Haitians, people from Trinidad and Tobago, all of our people. They're about to start deporting them. And where are they going to just deport them to? Random countries over on the continent of Africa. Random countries over in Africa that they have no ties to. And now they're expecting those countries to use their government resources to try to repatriate these people back to their home countries. I'm telling you, this is happening. I'm telling you, this is happening. I'm telling you, this is happening. There was no reason to ship this man over to Africa except for you just wanted to do it, to be cruel. It's much cheaper and less expensive for you to ship him back to Jamaica. Prepare yourselves. This is happening. Well, in other news, while y'all are over there, while this government, Democrat and Republican alike, is complicit and enabling Israel and all of their fuck shit in the Middle East, the complete devastation and genocide in Gaza, the unspoken of devastation over in the West Bank. I told y'all the goal for Israel is not Gaza. Israel wants the West Bank. And if you know anything about relations over there in the Middle East, Gaza is not the end game. They want the West Bank. That's what they want. They want the West Bank because if they can secure the West Bank, that gives them more land, more territory. And then, because the West Bank is much larger than Gaza, then that helps them with trying to secure more land because they want to take over all parts of the Middle East. If left to themselves, they're going to take over Syria, Lebanon. They want it all. And their first cog in that puzzle is the West Bank. So we've been enabling them. We've been arming them. We've been complicit with Benjamin Netanyahu and their fuck shit over there, right? Because anybody over there that they look at and seem to believe are not Israeli citizens, they're ready to off them, right? A 7.3 just hit off the coast of Alaska, triggering a tsunami warning. Listen, those of you all on the West Coast, let me look at that. Look at that. Make sure I get that breaking news. Hold on, because we got some people over on the West Coast, and I would not want the people on the West Coast not to be informed. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, I got breaking news. Let me just read this. Hold on 1 second. We'll get back to you, sir. This is coming from ABC News. Let me put this up here. Coming from ABC News, 7.3 magnitude earthquake rattles Alaskan island, prompting tsunami advisory. 7.3 magnitude earthquake struck near Sandpoint, Alaska today, prompting a tsunami warning from the National Weather Service. The warning was later downgraded to an advisory. According to the agency, Sandpoint is located on northwestern Popoff Island off Alaskan Peninsula. It's approximately 600 miles southwest of Anchorage, Alaska. There we are. The earthquake struck 54 miles south of Sandpoint, according to U.S. Geological Survey. The tsunami advisory is in effect from South Alaska and the Alaska Peninsula to Kennedy Entrance and Unimak Pass, Alaska on the Pacific coast. In addition to Sandpoint, Alaskan cities Cold Bay and Kodiak are included in the advisory. Kodiak police told ABC News sirens sounded in the city, which indicates to move to high ground. Any impacts in the area would be expected to arrive at approximately 2:40 p.m., which was 20 minutes ago. There have not been any reports of damage from the earthquake in Kodiak, according to police. Michael Ashley of Cold Bay Lodge told ABC News he was working outside when he noticed things shaking, but says it, quote, wasn't very intense, end of quote. All right, so just wanted to let you know that Cold Bay was under tsunami warning, but Ashley said, quote, residents are not concerned since we are 100 feet above sea level, end of quote. He says these large quakes are common for the area in the summer. That's your breaking news. Wanted to make sure that we gave you that in case it affected some of y'all on the West Coast. I know I have quite a few of y'all on the West Coast. Demetria says she got family over in Anchorage. There's a large military base over in Alaska as well, and a lot of us have family members and loved ones in the military that might be stationed out that way. So wanted to definitely give you that news since it was breaking. Wanted to make sure it did not affect any of our people over on the West Coast. So back to what I was saying. So while back to what's happening here, let's get to this story. So that would be Sayfallah Musalit, who is a 20-year-old American citizen who was killed by the Israelis and the IDF. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Um, yes, he was killed. Uh, uh, he was attacked and killed by Israelis trying to take over the West Bank. Matter of fact, when he sought medical attention, ambulance were blocked by the IDF and Israeli forces and stopped from being able to come in and give help give him treatment. Uh, 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 this is the IDF sat there and literally stopped and blocked ambulances and others first responders from being able to help him. He was over there visiting family over in the West Bank. He's from Tampa, Florida, born and raised, an American citizen. Hmm. Now they assumed that he was a Palestinian, just another Palestinian in the West Bank, because he was there with another one of his friends who was a 23-year-old who was also shot by the by Israeli forces and the IDF and left to bleed to death in the same attack that killed Safe. They call him Safe for short. It's his full name I told you is Saifullah Musalit, and they call him Safe for that's his nickname. So now, all of a sudden, the US wants to get involved now, right? Right? United States has something to say about it, right? Let's read this because the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, he now has something to say, calling it a criminal and terrorist act. The U.S. ambassador to Israel has demanded the country, quote, aggressively investigate the murder, end of quote, of an American who was beaten to death by Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank. U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee's comments are the strongest issued by the State Department since the death of Saifullah Musalit, known as Safe, and the first time it has directly called on Israel to investigate the incident. uh Huckabee posted on X, formerly Twitter, quote, there must be accountability for this criminal and terrorist act, end of quote. Musalit had traveled from his home of Tampa, Florida to visit his mom, brother, and sister in the West Bank. Huckabee, an evangelical Christian and former governor of Arkansas and father to Governor Quasimodo Sarah Huckabee Sanders, he maintained his arch conservative position on Israeli-Palestinian conflict during a 2016 presidential run. He has been a long and staunch advocate for settlers' rights to colonize the Palestinian land, saying that Palestinians had no right to that land and that all of it should be Israeli land. Now all of a sudden, y'all want an investigation. Don't bank on it. Don't bank on Benjamin Netanyahu having any parts of this, Mike Huckabee. You're the same Mike Huckabee that said that Benjamin Netanyahu should be allowed unabridged, unfettered access to weaponry and be allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants over there. You wanted it, here you have it. And now American lives have been spilt. Blood shed from American citizens. And you're complicit in it. Here we are. Oh well. We'll see how this shakes down. In more sugar spiky news, well, you should know that there's a new N word. I'm sorry, maybe it's an old N word. I don't know. New, old, The white people said they can use the N-word. Here's the video.
This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis. Nazi this, Nazi that. You know, I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the power from the N-word by using it. So from now on, it's what up, my Nazi? Hey, what up, my Nazi? Oh my hey, what's hanging, my Nazi?
Nazi, please.
Thank God you did a hard eye there. What does it tell you, though?
I don't know what y'all want from me. I do not know what y'all want from me. Every part of that video was so racist and cringeworthy. And this is allowed to live on television. The same American government and FCC that has problems with diversity, equity, and inclusion are the same ones that allow this types of fuck shit. Maybe y'all didn't catch all. I'm gonna play it again so you can catch all of the fuck shit in this.
This is why the criticism doesn't matter to us when you call us Nazis. Nazi this, Nazi that. You know, I'm beginning to think they don't like us. You know what? I've said this before. We need to learn from the blacks. The way they were able to remove the power from the N-word by using it. So from now on, it's what up, my Nazi? Hey, what up, my Nazi? Oh my hey, what's hanging, my Nazi?
Nazi, please.
Thank God you did a hard eye there. What does it tell you, though?
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus!
I wish somebody help me.
Let me take my high chew and I don't know. I don't know what y'all want from me. I literally, y'all notice at the end. I'm glad you used the hard eye. I literally have no idea what y'all want from me. I don't know. They are lock queen. I don't know what y'all want from me. I'm just here. I just report on. I just have to bring these things to your attention. I do not want you to not be informed. I don't know what y'all want from me. I literally have no commentary. I don't even think any commentary is needed. I'm just over here trying to scarf down this high chew so I can regulate my sugar levels. I have nothing else to give. I'm just saying. Let me move on. In more sugar spiky news, multiple Louisiana law enforcement officials, including 2 city police chiefs, have been charged following an FBI investigation into an alleged visa fraud and bribery scheme that prevented immigrants from being deported. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Louisiana's Western District said in a news release Oakdale Police Chief Chad Doyle, Forest Hill Police Chief Glenn Dixon, and former Glenmora Police Chief Tebow Onishe were part of a conspiracy to get non immigrant U visas by making false police reports about violent crimes against immigrants in exchange for thousands of dollars. Also charged in the alleged scheme were Oakdale City Marshal Michael Slaney and Oakdale businessman Chandrakan Patel. The U non-immigrant status prevents some immigrant victims of crimes in the US from being deported. A grand jury indicted all of them this week. According to the indictments, immigrants seeking U visas would allegedly contact Patel, who would help them be named as victims in police reports alleging armed robbery. The prosecutors alleged the immigrants paid Patel thousands of dollars to get the law enforcement officials to write false police reports and provide certification as supporting documents for their U visa applications. The officials allegedly were compensated in return. Authorities alleged the scheme stretched as long as a decade and continued until last month. The officers faced various counts of conspiracy to commit visa fraud, mail fraud, and money laundering. Patel also faces a bribery charge. If convicted, excuse me, each faces a sentence of up to 5 years in prison on each of the conspiracy charges, up to a decade on the visa fraud charges, up to 20 years on the mail fraud charges, and Patel faces up to 10 years on the additional bribery charge. They also could be fined up to $250,000 on each count. Federal authorities have moved to seize some of their personal property, including bank accounts and vehicles. President Trump's administration is focused heavily on deportation. I don't care about that. Now, the president and his administration have also long backed efforts to cut U visa protections to prevent potential misuse. The investigation into the Louisiana visa case was led by Trump's new Homeland Security Task Force created to facilitate his immigration crackdown. Now listen. The U visa program means that it is a program where you have an illegal immigrant or not illegal immigrant, but an immigrant to this country. They would be able to get U visa status and which would prevent them from being deported if they were a victim of a violent crime. Maybe they were a victim of armed robbery. Maybe they got shot. Maybe they got stabbed. Maybe they were raped or something. If they were a victim of a violent crime, they could get U visa status, and it would prevent them from being deported. These police chiefs knew that and would play on that and have these immigrants pay them thousands of dollars so that they could make up these fraudulent police reports that would guarantee them getting a U visa. I, I swear. I swear. I swear. Jesus God. I'll keep you posted on this one. Columbia University finds you in the news again. Finds themselves, excuse me, in the news again. Well, the university has announced a move um as it tries to restore $400 million in federal funds frozen over alleged failure to protect Jewish students. Columbia University has agreed um Columbia University has agreed to adopt a controversial definition of anti-Semitism as it pursues an agreement with the Trump administration aimed at restoring $400 million in federal government grants frozen over its alleged failure to protect Jewish students. In a letter to students and staff, the university's acting president, Claire Shipman, said it would incorporate the quote International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti Semitism into its anti discrimination policies as part of a broad overhaul. We spoke about this definition about a month back when there was another university. I can't remember the other, I think it was Harvard, that was adopting this definition of anti Semitism. And the fact that it was quite divisive to do it and controversial because their definition of anti-Semitism was so vague and so broad that anything could be deemed anti-Semitism. Let me continue. It is the latest in a string of concessions Columbia has made following criticisms, mainly from pro-Israel groups and Republican members of Congress, that university authorities had tolerated the expression of anti-Semitism attitudes in pro-Palestinian campus protests following the outbreak of war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza in 2023. Interim President Shipman wrote in a statement, quote, Columbia is committed to taking all possible steps to combat anti-Semitism, and the university remains dedicated to ensuring that complaints of discrimination and harassment of all types, including complaints based on Jewish and Israeli identity, are treated in the same manner. Formally adding the consideration of the IHRA definition into our existing discrimination policies strengthens our approach to combating anti-Semitism. End of quote. The definition given by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance is this. It describes anti-Semitism as, quote, a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews, end of quote. And it has been adopted by the U.S. State Department and several European government and EU groups. Now, that's very vague. Let me read that to you again. It says that anti-Semitism is, quote, a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews, end of quote. That's very vague. That could mean anything. Let's continue. However, critics have said it is designed to shield Israel by punishing legitimate criticism of the country. They also complain that it conflates anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism. Among the examples of criticisms accompanying the definition are, quote, claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor, end of quote. Another example is, quote, applying double standards for requiring of Israel a behavior not expected or demanded of any other democratic nation, end of quote. Another example is, quote, accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel than to the interests of their own nations, end of quote. And it goes on and on. What this basically means is you will have a full capitulation. You'll have a full Bohica moment by Columbia University to the Trump administration. And it's not going to stop with anti Semitism. It's anti Semitism now. Soon, it's going to involve us black people because the Trump administration is going to push and push and push. We're going to be swept up in all of this. And now they're going to have things put in place that affect black people as well. That's why I have to bring up these things that involve all of this, because inevitably we've been informed of how they're going to do this, and I don't need us to act like we didn't see this coming. In more sugar spiky news, for years, LGBTQ plus youth in need of mental health support have been able to call and text the 988 suicide and crisis line in search of help. Parts of this practice will change this week. Specialized suicide prevention services provided by counselors trained to work with groups at high risk for suicide, such as LGBTQ plus youth, end on Thursday, July 17th. The Lifeline will, quote, no longer silo LGBT plus youth services, end of quote, according to a June 2025 statement from the Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. Instead, the statement said the Lifeline will, quote, focus on serving all help seekers, end of quote. Here we are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me move on because I'm spiking. I feel a spike coming on. Let me move on. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Let me move on. In our last sugar spiky story, thank you, sweet 7 pound 3 ounce baby Jesus. Florida officials claim that a SCOTUS ruling now allows them to deny trans adults health care. Days after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled Tennessee could ban gender affirming health care for minors, Florida officials argued the decision allows them to deny coverage to adults. In August, a federal judge ruled Florida cannot deny health care coverage for gender affirming care to state employees. The state appealed that decision to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. After the June Supreme Court ruling, that was last month, in United States versus Scrimeti, which upheld a Tennessee law banning hormone therapy and puberty blockers only for transgender minors, appellate judges asked both sides in the Florida case if the verdict impacted arguments. Attorneys representing the state of Florida said the Scrimeti ruling opened the door to government dictating health care decisions. Quote, there were good reasons for the state law in Scrimeti. The state legislature concluded that there is an ongoing debate among medical experts regarding the risks and benefits associated with administering puberty blockers and hormone to treat gender dysphoria, gender identity, and gender incongruence. The law's ban on such procedures responds directly to that uncertainty, end of quote. That's what Florida attorney Muhammad Jazeel wrote in his court briefing to the Supreme to the federal judge. Here's what they're setting. I'm spiking out, y'all. I'm spiking out. Here's what they're setting up. They're setting up now to say that they're going to outlaw. First of all, they're going to stop you being able to use your if you work for Florida state government, they're going to ban and outlaw you being able to utilize your government paid health plans to pay for your gender affirming care, even as an adult, which then will move the needle along where they're going to begin to ban and outlaw any and all gender affirming care, whether or not uh, 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 it's paid for in that manner or not. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to make that blanket statement, Lock Queen. If you know anything about Florida politics, Florida has been gerrymandered, and you don't hear a lot about it. We've talked about it here a lot, Queen. But Florida has, you can't paint Florida or most red state with that broad brush, because these states have been gerrymandered so horribly, or I guess I'd say so well. They've been gerrymandered so well that it negates all of the left-leaning Democratic voters in that state. They purposely, we talked about this yesterday when we talked about California doing it on the other side. They purposely do this gerrymandering in a way where it wipes out or basically makes null and void the votes from marginalized communities, progressive communities, Democratic places. You saw that when, for the first time in 60 plus years, Miami-Dade County went red in the 2024 election, which is unheard of in over 60 years. And that happened via the gerrymandering that they did. Even Broward, which stayed blue, Broward County has been traditionally the most bluest of blue counties in Florida, traditionally voting roughly on average somewhere between 70 to 85% Democrat. They even in their gerrymandering got that down to about 55%. Now people were saying, "Oh, that's because more people are going blue and Trump. I mean, going red and Trump support." That's not the case. It's mainly because a lot of the gerrymandering. Because um, even with I think Broward County went 7% Democrat, because they had gerrymandered it, so they still lost blue seats because of the gerrymandering. hmm that's what happens in a lot of these states. As we delve out of the sugar spike segment and do the stanky leg further into the dossier, Paul Pierce finds himself in the news. Now, this quiet as it's kept, this is not a part of the sugar spike segment. However, ladies, you may spike out a little bit. Paul Pierce is giving advice to black men about dating overseas women. He believes that black men should look for love outside of the US because women from other countries are more likely to appreciate them and not be caught up in American social media drama. According to him, most women in the United States to work on Instagram all day and don't have the same values as women outside of the United States. I'm just reading it. I don't know what you want from me. I'm just reading what the man wrote. That's what he said. I mean, there's a video of it. Do y'all want me to play the video? Because there is video. There is video. I mean, we can play the video. I don't know what y'all want from me. I just report the stories. Y'all looking at me crazy. Like I done did it. I ain't did nothing. I don't know what y'all want from me. Do y'all want to see the video? Y'all ain't respond. So I'm just guessing. Y'all want hit. Let me cue up the video. Y'all, I guess y'all want the video. Okay, well, where's the video? Here's the here's the video.
y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps. You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He's like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm good.
Don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool and a vibe.
Nah, it ain't. The States women, they don't have the same values as these women overseas. They value they men. They priority is they men first. They not shaking ass on Instagram every
Not
day.
every woman is doing that, Paul.
That's American women. That's the majority.
No, not every woman is doing that though. I'm not doing that. So
there's more women in America doing that than out the country.
I can agree, but they're out the country. Women are getting paid $25 to have sex with anybody. Colombia, go there, Brazil. So please kill it because I know. And y'all want to glorify these out the country women. These out the country women, you give them $30 and they're sucking you and all your homeboys in one night. So stop trying to glorify that. I'm sick of it. Anyways, yeah.
I mean, only difference there and here is the price is up over here.
Yeah, well, don't try to say their values are so different than not shaking ass. No, they are. They're doing it. They are, so and they're getting shitted on, shaking ass, and all type of stuff. Yeah. So don't try it.
Man, I ain't trying nothing, but I'm just saying, like, right now, if you ain't taking a girl shopping, if you ain't got no bread, if you it's almost impossible to get a girl out here. Us black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana step.
That's former Boston Celtic Paul Pierce. And I'm a Celtics fan. Oh, jeez, God. Jeez, Lord. I don't know where y'all find these people. And oh, God. I guess he's auditioning to be the next president of the International Federation of Fuckboys. I guess that was his audition tape to be the next international president of the IFFB, the International Federation of Fuckboys. Here's a news flash, Paul Pierce. If you did not have any money, nobody would want you. If you went out of the country to other countries to find a woman, if you don't flash money, sir, they ain't checking for you. All of this, you got to go out the country to find a woman because American women ain't doing nothing but twerking. What? Maybe the skanks that you try to get, maybe if you didn't have Magic City or The Office down in Miami as your places for soliciting women, maybe you would know that most American women aren't out here twerking on Instagram. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And you making these broad stereotypes and shit. I mean, somebody might look at you and say, oh, you a black man in America, so you must be a deadbeat dad living off of government assistance that don't take care of his children and is out here dealing drugs and committing crimes all the time. If we're just going to go with the stereotypes that we're putting out here. Sir. I don't know where y'all find these people. Baby, everybody out here auditioning to be the next international president of the International Federation of Fuckboys. The IFFB has no shortage of people auditioning to be president. Sir, go to fuck the hell. In more news about athletes, God help us. Lord. Former Minnesota Vikings star Everson Griffin was removed from a plane today after he allegedly caused a mid-flight disturbance. Now, he was on the Delta Airlines jet bound um, for Minneapolis from Chicago when he was accused of creating a scene. Flight records show just minutes after the plane took off, it returned to O'Hare, and in a statement, a Delta spokesperson said pilots grounded the jet in order to have, quote, an unruly passenger removed, end of quote. The Delta spokesperson went on to say, quote, Delta has zero tolerance for unruly behavior and will always work with law enforcement to that end. We apologize to our customers for the delay in their travel as safety and security comes before everything else at Delta, end of quote. Now they're saying that uh, um, uh, they don't know yet what the situation was, why they had to ground the airplane. Now, if it's just after they took off, what it sounds like to me, now I'm just speculating here because we don't know yet. What it sounds like to me is some of y'all, because I do a lot of flying, y'all. Some of y'all stupid ass people who want to get the fuck up and walk the fuck around while we're taking off. When you get in the initial ascent and descent, you know everybody on the fucking plane, to include flight attendants and everybody, sit your ass the fuck down. That's universal. You know that. Them first few minutes on the flight, baby, you can't. This not the time for you to use the bathroom. This not the time for you to go and try to get something from the overhead compartment. This not the time for you to baby, this not the time for that. And I don't know if y'all like me. Every flight you get on is always some asshole that wanna get up, and the flight attendants, sir, you need to have a seat. Ma'am, you need to have a seat. And I be praying, please sit your ass down. Because if these will have to turn this plane around and I miss my flight and I miss getting the way I need to get on time because of your punk ass, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. And so these, right, and it might have been something like a seatbelt or a phone. It's just something stupid as fuck. I don't know if it was a seatbelt issue because they would have took care of that before they took off. But if they said they took off and they were just a few minutes into it and had to turn around, what that sounds like to me is your ass wouldn't sit the fuck down. And they were like, nah, we ain't here for this fuck shit. Doop, 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 doop. Or it could have been a phone issue too. No, even on my direct flights, if they have to turn the plane around, I'm not going to get to where I'm supposed to get to on time. Some places I go are small places and they don't even have direct flights. If you have to fly to some small cities like I often have to, you're going to have to get a layover anyway because they don't have direct flights. You have to go to one of their hubs, and one of their hubs will then fly you into the small city. It's just so ridiculous. But yes, sir. Now, on the other side, flight attendants and stuff, they be out of order too sometimes. They be getting mad over the stupidest stuff too sometimes. I don't know, sir. Go with God. Thomas Dexter is in the news. So he revealed that a coordinated smear campaign used AI generated content to flood platforms like YouTube with fabricated claims linking him to salacious allegations surrounding Diddy. In a recent interview he shared that the digital attack was not organic but engineered. He said, quote, when the rumors first broke out, it was 44,000 bots that were released on me. An investigation discovered that 98% of them were all artificial intelligence generated. End of quote. Really? Really? That's your excuse? AI bots? That's the new I think I have video. Do y'all want to see the video of Thomas Dexter? We don't need to see the video of Thomas Dexter because apparently Thomas Dexter is claiming that AI is the reason for everything, according to him. Thomas Dexter, did AI generate those pictures of you over there in with them pictures with that pink shirt with you flexing and shit? Did AI generate that, Thomas Dexter? Huh? Did AI generate that man that used to work on your security team alleging that you touched him? I ain't talking about Youngblood. I'm talking about the other guy that worked on your security team. Is it because you claiming AI did everything, right? AI caused you to have inappropriate touching of these men's, right? Thomas Dexter, sir, ain't you supposed to be retired or something? Didn't you let Sarah and her and that man take over the church? Go sit the fuck down somewhere. We don't care. Right, Jason. You know AI generated those pictures of you down to the Diddy parties, right? That was all AI. Girl, sir, you supposed to be retired. Leave us the fuck alone and go sit the fuck down somewhere, please, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Sit down. Now, $10 to the person that knows what movie that came from. Thank you. Sit down. Cha, girl. In more news. Now, who is this? Oh, that's country music artist. What his name is? Kane Brown. Now, Kane Brown, he's come out to speak to the racism that he's had to endure while he was while in the country music industry. He went on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast and revealed that a well-known songwriter once flat out refused to work with him because of his race. He said, quote, "I won't say his name because I don't want to throw him under the bus, but there was one writer that said he wouldn't write with me because I was black. I remember I confronted him about it and he tried to apologize to me at a bar." End of quote. He then recalled another big writer with over 30 number one hits who also turned him down early in his career. He says that same songwriter, like the first one, also tried to come back around once he blew up and started to get some traction in the country music industry. He said, quote, he apologized whenever we blew up and tried to write for me. And I said, no, that was during my Facebook days when I was just coming in on social media and nobody believed in me. End of quote. Well, listen, Kane. I mean, you could come over here. I don't really do the light brights like that. Y'all be a little too high yellow for me. But you could come over here and lay your head on my pillow and just relax, relax, relax. This bed was made for you. Shout out to Tony. I mean, we can have a conversation. Tacos and tequila, sometimes depending on who it is, you can't name the names because you don't want to, disrupt the entirety of your career. I ain't really lusting after him, Paul. He a little too high yellow, honey. I need you to have a little bit more melanin for me, honey. Child, them high yellow ones, they don't have the stroke game. Them high yellows, baby, they need to work out their stroke game and stuff. Lock Queen say we need names, and that's coming from Lock Queen. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You go over there and see Lock Queen. She said she need the motherfucking names. Hey, Harold. Now what? Let me tell y'all what. Y'all see how Harold popping up in here? I'm gonna tell you what happened. Harold went over there to really be to see if he was gonna be at the regular tribe meeting. He was gonna skip my class and try to go over to really be for a tribe meeting and skip my class, right? And once he noticed that it wasn't no tribe meeting, now he's trying to slide on in here. He trying to slide on in the back of class like we not gonna notice him. Y'all notice he was gonna try and skip my class? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. We see you, Harold. Uh-huh. Was it a flesh pole? Was it a pole made out of flesh that you was twirling around? Huh, Harold? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Hey, hey. Hey to you too. Mr. Brown. Okay, sir. We understand your plight. And we stand in solidarity with you, Mr. Brown. You know, somebody will go talk to you. Go over there to the people who like the high yellow, the light skin consortium. Okay, you know, it's a lot of people that delves into the light skin consortium. We over here in the dark skin delegation. You know, you're not like those fellow members of the dark skin delegation. The light skin consortium, you know, it's people that like y'all. Go on over there. It's a lot of people that like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go there. Go out. It's a nice little outfit and stuff. Looking all cute and stuff. I ain't gonna say you ain't cute, but I am gonna say that stroke game probably ain't what it should be. Hey, Quintessential, how you doing, boo? I am gonna say, you know, them high yellows, the stroke game just don't be right. Quintessential say the light skins can work it. Child, I don't know, honey. The stroke game just don't be right. When I was real young, like in college in my early 20s, I used to kind of go up for the light skins a little bit. But as I've gotten older, baby, I realized the error of my ways. And I'd be like, that stroke just don't be quite right. Ask ask Paul. Paul, please let them know that them high yellows, the stroke game just don't be right. Sir, go with God. In our last story, is this please be the last story? Yes, it is. Thank you, God. I'm ready to go eat. I'm hungry, y'all. I'm hungry. In our last story of the day, so Beyonce Skank was over here down to not the light skins can eat down. Demetria said y'all might not have no stroke game, but y'all sure can eat down, honey. Y'all know how to lick on some blocks. Y'all know how to munch on some some wombs around here, okay? Girl. Listen, the complete and utter debacle that has been Beyonce's tour stop in Atlanta is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. This has been a complete and utter debacle. Okay. The woman had like 4 or 5 nights of sold out shows where the girls and gays were losing their collective minds. Then we have these alleged robberies of her unreleased music and all types of other foolery, right? Now, on the last day of the Atlanta leg of her tour, you got people being hospitalized because they were trampled to death. Now, they said that chaos broke loose at the Vine City MARTA station. That's the train station after the show. They said how it all happened. A woman saw a bug, maybe a roach. She screamed and ran, which caused panic in the station because people didn't know what was going on. You got a whole bunch of black people. They don't know. All they know is they see somebody scream and run, and what we gonna do? We don't know what we screaming and running about, but baby, we not gonna wait and find out. So a whole slew of black people then started running, right? Which caused a complete uproar and panic in this crowded ass MARTA station, right? People ain't exactly know what was going on. 9 people were injured as a result. One person had broke their ankle. Child. There were minor injuries and things all over the place, but a total of 9 people had to go to the hospital. Now, if I'm going to a concert down to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium or the State Farm Arena, I catch the MARTA too, because driving in downtown Atlanta, trying to find parking, paying $40 or $50 for parking, taking an hour to park, and then an hour to get out of the parking lot. Baby, I don't have that type of time. I will park my car down to the MARTA station. After I will get on the train and catch the train, which lets you off right at the arena, and then get back on this train, go back to the car and drive home, and save myself the money, time, effort, and energy. But the woman saw a cockroach and started screaming. Ravine, you can't make this shit up. You can try Uber, but they're gonna charge you a lot more money because they know it's a concert, and so you're gonna pay like $50 or $60 for a damn Uber. And then even if you catch a Uber, they're gonna be stuck in the same traffic. You do Uber Black to the State Farm Arena, baby. I don't even do all that. I get right on that good MARTA, baby. Listen, baby, a whole stampede over a roach. Listen, say what you want, green girl. I don't know what kind of roach it was. Because if it was one of them big roaches and that roach was flying, if it was, imagine if it was a big roach, one of them big ones like this big, and that bitch took flight. Oh, you better be damn skippy. I'm screaming and running too. Because at the moment that bitch takes flight, baby, all bets are off. When a roach takes flight, oh baby, you can cancel Christmas. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I don't blame her. I do not blame her. Baby, listen. Nope. Can't do it. Won't do it. Right, they be big as hell, and then them hoes start flying and shit and be done flew on you. Oh no, 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 no. You can go ahead and take me on the glory at that point. Go ahead and take me on the glory. I don't have that type of energy. I don't. So, but yeah, listen, this whole Atlanta leg of her tour was a complete and utter debacle. You know what, Beyonce? Fuck that shit. Don't even come back to this hole. Make them hoes travel to Charlotte or something like that. Go to Birmingham. Go to Nashville. Just go somewhere else. Make them hoes have to travel. Them hoes in Atlanta ain't wrapped tightly. Them bitches ain't. They are not worth your time, effort, and energy. This whole leg of your tour has been a complete and utter debacle. Beyond skank. Them hoes don't deserve your energy. Make them hoes travel. Make them go to Raleigh or Charlotte or something, or Nashville or Birmingham. Somewhere. Make them go anywhere. Jacksonville. Make them hoes travel somewhere. Charlotte, Charleston, South Carolina, anywhere. Make them hoes travel. Since they don't know how to act. Ridiculous. Make no damn sense. I'm just saying, I probably would have been running too. Just saying. But if you gonna run, you got to know how to run. You know, some of these people kind of flicked it and stuff. Just flicked it. That's how we say it in Miami. These people just flicked it as hell. Now, if you want to go real Miami, we'd be like, them bitches aki as hell. But that's real Miami. That's Miami. That's real Miami. I ain't gonna give y'all real Miami, give you a little bit of Miami. Them hoes just flicked it as shit. They be running like the white people on the scary movies, and then they fall down. Oh, bitch, what you falling for? You ain't tripped over nothing. The fuck? You know something, child, you can't take some people somewhere. Yeah, call my boo, Mayor Wood Fine, and tell my boo I need to talk to him. Just saying. Child. They did have the Major League Baseball All-Star game last night in Atlanta. Or was that Monday night? No, I think it was last night. Child. Listen. Universal God that you got to be from Miami, girl. You know how we talk in Miami, girl. Girl, you already know. Be like, that bitch flicked it. That bitch Aki. That's Miami, girl. Girl, Universal God, I took you back home. Huh? I had to take you back home, honey. Girl. Girl. Child, I had a little taste of home just did, Universal Goddess. You know how some people be trying to claim they from Miami and they don't have no Miami lingo? Be like, girl, you ain't from there. Girl, you don't know us. Girl. Anyway, y'all, listen. That's the dossier for today. I have nothing else, okay? That's the dossier for today. That's the whole dossier, okay? I'm Whitney Houston at this point. I have nothing left. Now, I done did a teacher project 2.0. I done did a run your mouth. I done gave y'all since 3:30. I done gave y'all almost 4 hours of my life. Consider supporting the platform. You could do that here. Clicking the QR code and supporting the platform. We've been over here doing the Lord's work all day long. The Lord's work, bringing you news that you can use. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Really B says she ain't had no reason to go live today. She says she might do Housewives Atlanta, not Atlanta, of Miami later today, but she wasn't doing no tribe meeting. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do it all over again. Same time, same place. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I am out. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow.